G'day guys, Matt here from Tradie Web Guys. A little bit off topic today. Today I'm talking to you about a conversation I just had with a client, and I've had a number of these conversations, to be honest. And it's a really important area to, I suppose, get a bit more granular within your business, and that's understanding specifics around sales and where sales come from and how you can map your sales to relevant chart of accounts within your bookkeeping software. So what I'm talking about there is, in this example, I'm going to run through the demo, my Xero demo account, and I'm going to show you guys how you can add a chart of accounts to your accounting software so that instead of having everything mapped towards sales, which is out of the box how it comes, you've got it mapped to more specific things so you can understand what those different services are making how much money kind of thing within your company. That was not good English, but you get what I'm saying. So for example, if you're a plumbing company and you've got everything mapped towards sales, you understand what your sales are, but then you don't know how much of those sales have come from block drains, or you don't know how much of those sales have come from hot water heaters. So having those chart of accounts set up where you can say, okay, I've had made this much money in sales, in hot water heaters. I've made this much money from block drains. I've made this much money from roof repairs. I've made this much money from tap washers and general maintenance, so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you how you do that in Xero. Now, I know a lot of you North American guys out there, you guys will use software like Intuit, QuickBooks, things like that, which is fine. This is more an overarching principle just to get you a little bit of a better understanding as to how to break those sales down so you can get a bit more specific data. Okay, so right here, this is the demo account. From within Xero, I just click on accounting and I go down to chart of accounts. Click on that. And you can see here, if I go down to 200, the chart of account code 200, which is sales, and that's what it comes out of the box. Xero will give you a sales account, which is 200. So what I really want is I want to create some more. So I want to create 201 block drains in this instance. So all I do is I go over to add account. The account type is going to be into sales. It's going to be revenue to sale. Okay. And I'm going to call this one 201. I'm going to call it blocked drains. And then we add a description for it. This is a block drain sale. Okay. Is there GST on this? Yes, there will be. So GST is an Australian tax, which is 10% on goods and services. I want it to show up in my dashboard. I want it to show up in my expense claims, and I want it to enable payments to go to this account. So then go save. And so now you'll see I have a chart of accounts here, which is mapped to block drains. So now instead of having just sales, now I can actually assign things to block drains. And I can do the same for hot water heaters. As I said, you can really break it down as granularly as you need. While I'm in here, before I show you how to reconcile that, I'll also show you as well, you can do the same things with your expenses. So if, for example, you have like contractors that you might use, you can set the same thing up for contractors. So you might have account type. My contractor is a direct cost, or it might be an expense. It depends on what the relationship is. For example, if you have say you have like a gas heater maintenance business, and for each gas heater that you sell, use a contractor who charges you a certain amount. That could be a direct cost. Whereas if it's a contractor who comes in and charges you an hourly rate, that might be more of an expense. Anyway, so in this instance here, I want to charge. So I might scroll down to find something a little bit close to. Wages. There we go, wages payable. So that's in the 800s. So I'm going to say, okay, let's create one for 806. Just do that to group it. You don't even need to do that. You can just create whatever you want. And I'm going to call this XYZ roof contracting. If you want to put a description, you can. Yes, they charge me GST. Yes, I want them to show up. And yes, I want them to be payable, enable payments to this account, save. And that's in there as well. So now you can actually, when they send you an invoice, you can map it towards that chart of account. So then you've got details then about how much you're spending on that specific person, so on and so forth. So then when we go back into the dashboard, and if I want to go to reconcile here, so this is obviously showed up right here, but then if I wanted to say city limousines, I've received for $100. Well, let's find something a better example. I'll say this side, smart agency. So let's say that was the roofing company. I can now create a rule here, or I could match it even, and I could say, okay, well this payment is for the roofing company, and if I type in roof, you can see XYZ roofing contracting, and I could put the company name in here if I want, and then I can put the specifics, 123 Number Street. Project. You want to put a job number in there, you can do that as well. And then go click, assign, bang. And then it reconciles it to that chart of accounts. So then when I go back in and check it, I can see, and I can show you, if we go to your, well, anyway, if you go and check your chart of accounts, you can see that's been now mapped towards that. So it just makes it a lot easier. So hopefully that makes sense. This is one of millions and millions of things. That's probably an over-exaggeration, but one of a lot of things you can do in Xero to help you get a bit more granular information. Hopefully that helps.